What's up, everybody? It's Kevin Perkins here from Crown Pickleball. I'm joined by my illustrious co-host, Mr. Gregory Storm. What's happening?
Gregory Storm here from Raw Rain and Wind Pickleball.
Woo, woo, woo. Looks like either you're in like Florida or Costa Rica, or where are you,
I'm
man?
in Florida, but I'm preparing to go to Hawaii to play Senior Pro Monday.
Nice. How exciting is that? You looking forward to it?
I'm stoked on it, man. I'm all about Hawaii. I haven't been there in a while, so it's nice to get back. We got our paddles over there in Maui and the Big Island, so I want to go and represent.
Yeah. Shout out Ewa Beach, all the folks over there who are Crown Pickleball acolytes. Love you guys. Love you guys. Thank you so much for all your support for both Mr. Gregory and myself. Gregory, what's been up, man? I've got a ton of stuff to talk about, but you tell me, man, what's going on with you? You're looking good. You got the guns. You're repping. You got the crown. Look at you. You're like dialed completely. What?
Just working out, man. Just working out, trying to get fit. I'm not playing singles, but I'm playing mixed dubs, so that's like playing singles, you know.
Do you have any pro tournaments coming up?
Yeah, the Hawaiian Open will be a
the
pro.
Hawaiian one. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Who are you partnering with there?
I'm going with Kyle Perseus and then another gal, Mary Withens. She's been out on this PPA circuit for a while, and the APP circuit. They're both great players, and they're both Hawaiian. So again, it's supporting the culture and the way of life there. So it's nice.
Nice. Love that. Love that. And that's on Maui side, or where are you at?
Kona.
Oh, Kona. Nice.
Yeah. Maui's events this weekend. I decided I was going to do a double header, but I decided not to, just because of, just being so busy with everything, the Top Spin podcast we're doing and the paddles, and
Nice.
it's definitely some big stuff happening.
Dude, we've got a ton of stuff to talk about. I mean, I've got all kinds of time to.
Yeah, how's that knee?
Oh my God, dude. So actually, I'm feeling good. I graduated to a cane today. Hey, buddies, come on, let's go.
Yeah.
Pickleball.
Mr. Magoo, you've done it again.
Let's go play some pickleball. Anyway.
Oh, Magoo.
No, I'm actually really thankful. I've had the best surgeon. Everybody says that. Oh, my surgeon's the best. And literally, my guy. I was up and walking that day. I started PT. I'm in a week into this, and I'm already on a cane. I'll probably be driving in a week. I mean, it's been like, shoot, dude. If you're contemplating having knee surgery, don't wait. Don't be like, well, I'm not sure if it's good or bad. You trust me, we'll have a way better outcome than what you're pain you're going through. Would you say?
I'm glad you're getting through that. I've had 3 knee surgeries, 2 ACLs, and a meniscus. So it's not fun, that's for sure.
Yeah, no fun, but I'm trying to make the most of it. Spending a lot of time watching lots of TV, and I got to, time it just for the beginning of the new 2024 PPA Masters. Yay!
Yeah, I heard they're using the Vulcan ball, right?
Oh my gosh, dude. We'll get to that, man. I just, I look at the PPA stuff, man, and I gotta say, at first, I couldn't even find it. I was like, how do I get to it? There's no YouTube channel for it, maybe Grandstand, but nothing center court. And then I posted a thing about it, kind of a little rant that all of you were commenting about. And then they're like, oh, go on Prime and blah, 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 and da, 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 and blah, 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 blah. And like 20 steps later, I get to freaking watch a feed that doesn't let me rewind, fast forward, jump around. It's just ridiculous, dude.
Good thing all those channels are paying to be on whatever they're on, I guess, Roku or whatever. I mean, I know they're not getting paid.
Yeah, that business model, I don't understand. I really don't understand why they're doing it this way, because they must have just said, hey, we don't want to deal with the advertisers. We know that Prime will handle all that stuff. We'll just provide content, and then we'll get, a percentage of the revenue share off of that, blah, blah, blah. I don't know, man. It's
hey, who won mixed dubs?
I couldn't even tell you. Oh, let me think. And Anna Lee Waters.
Are you serious? Wow.
Of course, they always win, dude. And this is like the problem with that whole thing, right? Although Although it was kind of cool to see Kwang Dong, I think I'm saying his name right, totally annihilate. No, it wasn't even
17
like
years old. Yeah,
he
I watched that on a rerun. I loved it. It's too bad he had to change out his white paddle, but he played with a white paddle the entire time. We have a white paddle. He played with a white paddle the entire time for like a couple of days, and then as soon as he got set up to play with Ben, I guess that was it. He couldn't play with the white paddle, so
You think
I
Ben
don't
said,
know.
"Hey, I don't want to do that," or what? What do you think happened there?
I don't know. Like, what happened with carbon and like 2 years ago when Ben said there's too much grit on the carbon paddle and then the Yola failed.
Yeah, I mean, they're not. I heard they're not even checking anymore. There's so much lame stuff happening with those guys. I mean, I hate to call it out, but it's true, dude. Like that lame serve. Hello, what
Oh
the heck?
yeah,
What's up with that? You have to sit there and just pee. Like,
yeah.
who
I hope
serves
they
like
got to
that?
start paying the referees a bit more to watch some of these faults and things like that. I think they don't get paid enough.
Well, I mean, so my understanding with the serve is that, you can't drop it up here. It has to be dropped at your waist. You can't be dropping it at an angle, so your hand has to be like this. You can't drop it at an angle because that would obfuscate potentially the other player seeing the ball. So you can't
Yeah,
even really do it on the side. You can't toss it up and then hit it or whatever.
toss it.
And
Can't
and
toss
you
it.
Yeah, and you can't fucking drop it. You can't do a drop serve. Oh, well, you can, but it doesn't look good on TV for the pros to drop serve.
Well, I mean, they still have the rule where they can hit the net, and it's a redo, right? So when they changed that rule the last year, I mean, my gosh, I think the old people should have that rule. I mean, they have to get that ball that hits the net and go in the box the first time.
Yeah, dude. All I know is that when I was watching and plus they're doing that progressive, which actually I think is kind of better for the viewers. But man, I noticed, and maybe you have an opinion about this, but I just noticed how like low energy all those guys had in the early qual stuff. It was like, guys, I know you're getting paid. I know that you're making your money no matter what. Well, maybe not now, but but the energy level, the sort of like there was no energy, dude. It was boring. It's super
Yeah,
boring.
then they canceled the bronze match because everyone withdrew or said they got hurt, which is ridiculous. I mean, what's the sense in even? No wonder they're not having viewership.
I mean, I saw a thing today about the APP partnering with that facility. I think it's in Arizona. It's like this giant, like
Yeah,
I mean, that place looks dialed and completely deluxe, right?
yeah,
And it's so smart of them to be like, hey, let's host events here, like let's do it in a nice place all the time with camera angles and like I've been an advocate of this for a while now. It's like
yeah,
why wouldn't you get like a Dreamland-esque type venue that is guaranteeing like cameras on every line? You've got good
yeah.
grandstands that you can fill all the time. It's great weather, blah blah blah. But instead we got to go to freaking all these different places that where you got to wait for the train to go by for 4 hours. You know what I mean?
Well, it's a good thing that the PPA and the MLP are going to merge together because now they can travel together, huh?
I
Save a
heard
buck.
as of today that didn't happen.
Oh, no merger?
No merger.
That's why I don't watch. Who cares?
Yeah, I don't care either. I mean, at the end of the day, there's so much, there's so much, it's kind of gross, dude. Like
Yeah,
I saw that they were like merging or buying or I don't know, something with the Pickler, so like we're going to be talking with ROC City Pickleball out of Rochester, and they're doing a similar model, and it's just sort of like, really, PPA, you're going to go into that business now too? Like how like bifurcated and like
yeah.
unfocused do you need to be? It's kind of gross, bro.
I guess we should probably bring it back to the community vibe, like we're kind of going after and stuff. Like you said, bringing ROC City in and on a fairly new indoor facility up in Rochester, New York, that just opened up against three other competitors and stuff like that. And kind of the real pickleball world is where everybody's at, and that's why it's growing so crazy.
Yeah.
It's not this other stuff.
Yeah. So I don't know. Anything else that you notice about Masters before we move on?
Tyler Loom or somebody was talking about maybe taking a ball and putting it into play.
Oh
Is that
my
the
gosh, you
crown or the
gotta see
Vulcan?
this.
Is that a crown or a Vulcan?
Yeah.
Is that a crown or a Vulcan?
Oh, so okay. So for me, the last thing I'm going to say about this is just the constant shilling that PPA did about the new ball, right? Because they're getting a percentage of this $4 ball that everybody's been like sending me personally. Okay, so let's move on to the next topic here, because this is what I think people are going to be looking at a little bit too here is this Vulcan ball happens. Show the ball again real quick.
Sure.
So it's you can see the color. This is a pretty noticeable and like
Optic.
standout color, right?
Yeah.
And I've been getting all kinds of DMs and like emails and people saying, we've been playing the Vulcan and the Crown, and we don't see any difference in it. You know what I mean? They're saying like this ball, these balls are the same ball. They look the same, they bounce the same, they have the same texture, even the drill holes with all the kind of imperfections and stuff. It's a
Yeah.
very, very like this is the same ball. So I was like, huh, that's interesting. Okay, so I heard it one time. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Yeah. Some people, probably, whatever, maybe ginning up some shit for me to deal with, I don't know, whatever. So here's the thing with that, I'm like, okay, maybe. All right, whatever. Just put it in the back of
Yeah.
my mind, whatever. So then
Yeah.
I get another email. Then somebody DMs me on Instagram. And then I get this video.
Hey Kevin, this is Christopher Holden from Long Island, New York. I just came back from playing 3 hours of pickleball at the Long Beach Tennis Center here on Long Island. And we kind of did a blind play test. I took out the balls and I said, guys, we're going to play a few rounds. I have 2 balls here. wanted to get your opinions. You can play them. I said one's the PPA Tour ball. The one is a CROWN Pickleball. I said I want you guys to play them and I want you to tell me which ball is which.
And then this video was saying basically like, my guys and I don't see any difference. And you know what? It's all anecdotal. But then I started to really go, do you think it's possible that because of either our sponsorship of KOTC or just people ordering the ball or whatever, I mean, we've only been in business for like 6 or 7 months.
Oh,
But in
wow.
this time, we've gotten like literally top 3, top 5 conversation of ball for sure, right? I mean, this is a decent ball. And
Sure. I mean, how is it that you're on that podcast and they're representing you and giving discounts, and then like this video comes up and the ball gets taken off during one of the pods?
I mean,
I mean,
here, right?
I am a little skeptic, but I mean, all the better for you, because I mean, your price point is amazing, right?
Okay, well, it gets better. So I go to my manufacturer, and let's be really honest, guys. This is a piece of plastic. Most of us get it from China, Vietnam, Mexico, wherever, right? And so I go to my manufacturer and I say, look, do you guys make the ball for Vulcan? And they're like, doesn't sound familiar. Can you send us a picture? So I sent them a picture. And they're like, nope, we don't sell directly to Vulcan at all. But we do wholesale to other manufacturers who may print their own logos on the plain balls.
Sure.
Like, oh, so
Yeah.
that's interesting. I wonder if that's what's happening. So then I start thinking about it, and I keep getting more DMs and more Twitters and everything else, tweets, I guess, or X's. I don't know what the fuck they call that. Anyway, I go back to her and I go, has anybody placed a really, really, really large order of the CROWN balls out in the world? Because I was watching the King of the Court podcast with the Vulcan guy.
Yeah, they're out of them, right?
The Thurston Hall, the third man, and Gilligan and the captain on either side. Anyway, I was watching that, and he was like, "Oh, well, we're out of inventory, but we'll give you blah, 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 blah." So I'm thinking, well, okay. So I asked my manufacturer, has anybody placed a huge order? Because obviously, if you're going to be Vulcan out of inventory, you're now the ball for PPA, which, by the way, was bad timing, especially if you've been planning it for 2 years.
Yeah.
So
So
she comes back to
yeah.
me. She comes back to me and says, "Oh yeah, there's a million ball order with us. A
Wow.
million balls."
Where's that going?
That's what I asked. And she said, "Oh, it's just going to some other manufacturer, but we can't ask them because we're under a confidentiality or whatever."
Yeah.
So I don't know. Did Vulcan do that? Are they using a crown ball, but then through
Yeah,
a
but how
redirection? I don't
how
know.
would how would Vulcan get a hold of your ball though?
It's not even like our ball per se. Like what I'm saying is that the ball
Yeah.
that we have generated, because we've gone, you know this, right? We've gone through about 2 to 3 different formulations to finally get what we want.
Right. Oh, right. So Tyler's sponsored by Vulcan, right?
I mean, I don't know. So $1 million, who does $1 million or a million balls? It's got to be a big pickle company. It's
Yeah.
either Vulcan, it's either Selkirk,
Big
Yola,
pickle.
um, who else? I don't know. That's
Pickleball Central, man.
a lot of balls. That's a freaking lot of balls. So
Pickleball Central.
I don't know, guys. If you're if you're thinking about it, I'm getting a lot of player affirmation that says our ball is the same ball as the Vulcan. I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's going to be something that we can ever prove, but that's what I've been hearing, and that's kind of what maybe the anecdotal evidence suggests. So you guys
Yeah.
can do what you want with it. All I know is that we run a 3-pack for $8.99, and sometimes we do BOGO and whatever. So if you want to buy the Vulcan ball, knock yourselves out.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Good stuff there. That's for sure. Interesting. You sure
So
you're sure you're just not paranoid?
that could be, I could be very paranoid. Definitely a little bit.
Probably all
Just a
those
little
meme
bit.
ads. I think you're just going kooky.
Ooh, it must be all the opioids, the meds for my knee.
Yeah, you're definitely in the twilight zone about balls. They're spinning.
That's all I think about. It's like nothing else to do, so I just sit there and like conspiracy eyes the whole situation.
Hey, you know
So
what? Again, we love this ball. I wish I could get it going around here more in St. Pete, but I am slowly spreading it. Maybe if I just take the crown logo off and call it the Vulcan, then people will go for it.
I mean, you'll see, right? We'll see. But
Bad joke. That's a bad joke.
no, I'm kidding. I know you're kidding. And we're all, we're not making any accusations here. We're just sort of like presenting what has happened. A lot of people have been, sending me notice about it. So I thought
Yeah.
that was interesting to bring up. Speaking of notice, you sent me a rad video of something really cool here.
Yeah.
Look at me. What about me would make you think that I care about your opinion of me? Your opinion of me is not the opinion that I have of myself. You ain't make me, so you can't break me. You didn't build me, so you can't kill me.
So tell us a little bit more about that new paddle.
Yeah, so we just did a paddle collab with our ROC City guys, and that's again the Rochester Indoor Court up north. Sorry if anybody thinks this is all fluff, but we're definitely getting these guys involved because they're newbies and they're wanting to grow pickleball, and that's what we're about, right? So we did come up with a paddle for those guys. Basically, I don't know if we can see that. Oh, yeah, pretty cool.
That's nice. Look at that.
Isn't that dope?
That's so sweet, dude. So tell us a little bit about that paddle. I mean,
So we kind of went in. We came with another paddle called the Brood Hive right now, and we collabed with those guys and just did a ROC City version of it. So I think they're pretty excited over that. And we did a fiberglass version for them, and then ours is a T700 with some new handle technology. Actually, I don't know if anybody remembers. Well, some of our tennis players come in the game now. The technology in these handles of tennis rackets have been pretty solid along that whole grip. So we've kind of working with some new technology where we're doing that in our handles and bringing that into the pickleball paddles. So it almost feels like half a unibody paddle, but still have the touching control on the paddle face itself, and the stability and the strength of the paddle handle kind of unibody feel to that. So yeah, we're getting a lot of good feedback from that. So we're pretty stoked on that.
And is that the longer? Are you still doing the long handle, or is it mid, or is it short?
It's probably like a 5.75, 5.5 in between kind of there. So yeah, I mean, we're still doing the 5.75, but I think what we're going to do is, you know, these white ones here that we're doing, really super long 5.75 handle on that paddle. We're probably going to blow these out right here at 50% off with a code RAIN50 on the website, the rainandwindpickleball.com website. So very popular in the beginning for us, but we're really afraid that the white paddle just won't be allowed anymore in any tournaments whatsoever. Ha ha.
Yeah, whatevs. I mean, you know, you've got the Selkirk, you know, that Invicta Pro is white with black or red. I have two of the ones with the red in it. I mean, what's the big deal? If so, you're saying that right now, if I took that paddle or one of these Selkirk paddles and I played in a tournament, not that you'd want to see it out with this knee right now, but if I did, I wouldn't be able to play. I'd be DQ'd from that.
Nope, that is not true, because we just the big APP event down here in Punta Gorda this weekend is like over 1,000 people. The sleeper APP, everybody watch out for APP. But anyways, no problems with the white paddle, and you know, one of our gals, her and her partner won gold with a white paddle and sent me pictures with medaled up. So I guess there's no problem with APP.
Yeah, you know, it's so funny, like everybody really pushed the APP stuff to the side, and it became the redheaded stepchild of pickleball. And you know, when everybody was blowing up, oh, this person's sign and that person's sign, and the freaking tour wars were happening, I totally thought in my mind, you know who's going to be the biggest winner on all this? The APP, because they're just they're a steady Eddie. They're just doing it straight. They're not making a big deal about it, and they're just gradually, incrementally getting better and better and better and better. You know.
Yeah, I like Ken Herman. You know, he's a good dude. As long as they get everything together and they allow those brackets to be within themselves, like 50 plus stays 50 plus, and they don't combine them with 19 plus, because you know we don't want to play those kids. You know, the speed on those guys is pretty intense. You know, so. As long as they keep I think they're going to do pretty good in 2024.
I especially with that new facility and kind of like the new game plan on digital, you know, that's something that all these pickleball people really need to take a look at as far as how to scale and how to get more audience and stuff. Like a good digital is going to be really key moving forward. So I hope that APP kind of wakes up more to that. I mean, I think that the PPA is a little bit ahead of them on that score, but I don't think it would take that much to get kind of back into the same realm of possibility and stuff like that.
Yeah. So, you know, how about that condo with our indoor guys? I mean, do you have any indoor facilities over near you that are kind of like what we talked about with ROC City, or?
Yeah, so we do. There's one in Irvine. It's called I believe it's called Courtside.
LA Fitness?
Courtside Pickleball. And
LA Fitness, right?
LA Fitness. No, it's no, it's actually it's just like it's just like ROC City. It's got I think 7 courts in there. It's like it used to be like a furniture warehouse or something, and they cleared it all out and they put a little bar in the back, and they, you know,
nice.
It's pretty cool. You can walk in, you can reserve courts, you can do membership, you can do corporate parties. I think that's a cool model, as long as, you know, it's humming and full.
It's like a chicken and pickle with food and beverage, or?
No, I think it's just more of like a I don't know if we were there early as they were still kind of building out the bar, so I think they were waiting for their ABC license. But yeah, I think the chicken and pickle, as far as I know, we don't have any out here in California. It's really a Midwest thing. Do they have any in the East Coast?
No, it's just like Texas and Kansas City, right? Kind of in that area. So yeah, I mean, what do you think about like all these indoor facilities opening? I mean, there's so many, they're just popping up like crazy, right? So, Do you think they're all these places are going to make it? Do you think they're overdoing it? Do you think it's going to be too much for everybody? And then, kind of just like everything just goes to a barren wasteland after they've created these things? I mean, who wants to play, pay a lot of money to play pickleball, like $1,000 a year or whatever it is, right?
I mean, I could see the validity. I mean, we're going to talk about this in the ROC City pod a bit.
Sure,
So
yeah.
make sure that you're checking out those guys, and they have really good takes on all this. My sense, just real quickly, is that there's a need for it in the marketplace. I think there's the public courts are starting to get out of control. I mean, like, I don't know about in Florida, but around here, I see pickleball kind of at the public courts, kind of bringing out the true nature of who people really are. You know what I mean? So, like,
Yeah.
there's times where there's people being assholes to one another, and that's cool, and you're just like, whoa, I'm going back to the club, or I'm going to go to this place that, there's a Laguna Hills Regional Park. You pay $3, but it's $3, right? So people are way cooler there, way cooler,
Yeah,
and
I remember coming out there and playing Manhattan Beach. Though everyone was super cool at Manhattan Beach courts. You know, I'm just wondering how, all this pay to play is going to be tough on people, or if they're going to go for it, if they're going to continue to play outside, YMCA,
I think honestly,
lifetime.
I think the model is going to be valid for a while, because like I said, I think these public courts are they're getting so jammed up with people that, we
Yeah.
have such an impatient culture. It's like, oh, I have to wait for pickleball. I gotta wait 25 minutes between a game. I think most people are like, well, shit, I'm willing to throw down some cash if I don't have to sit here and wait, or if I can book a court with my 4 people, get on, get off, all that stuff. So it's interesting. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think they're going to be around, or do you think it's a dead in the water kind of a business?
I think the things that do best are, I mean, I've always said this because I've been approached over the years about uh, a guy coming in, for instance, and saying, "Hey, I've got 5 million. I want to do something with pickleball." And I'll be like, "Well, do you play pickleball?" Nope, just an investment. And then like they'll say, "Well, give me your business model." I'm like, no." But you can go to that Kmart down the street and just go right into that and just get it going. But I think you've got to have food in these places, and you've got to have alcohol. I think that's the big thing for a lot of these places, because just like you said, the chicken and pickle is definitely the model that everyone has started going nuts over, and then they just don't finish it off. They'll put the courts in, but then they won't bring the food and beverage because that's another added expense for the liquor license.
I think what the ROC City guys have a great concept on this, and that is, they'll just partner with food trucks and whatnot to come
Love
out.
that. Yeah, I like
that
that.
that's a great idea, because then you're out of the restaurant business, which really kind of sucks if you don't know what
Yeah.
you're doing, and you can still have those as offers. I think that's probably the best of both worlds, is doing the food truck thing. And then, then you think about it, like you could do some of these food truck parades or whatever those are called, where they show up on a certain day of the week or whatever. You're attracting people to those, events, and then maybe the pickleball's in the background and they can just go play some pickleball while they're there. I think there's some good synergy, some partners. Look at that. Oh,
Is that the Vulcan or is that the Crown? Can you
I think
see?
it's a Vulcan. Oh wait, I can't see. Where are my glasses? Oh.
Oh, it
Oh.
disappeared. It fell off the table.
Oh my gosh.
Where did
Well,
it
you know
go?
what? If you want, I can sell you a couple of these for a lot cheaper. Anyways.
No, I again, back to the indoor stuff. I mean, I think it's great. I think a lot of people around here and in the St. Pete area, they're making a lot of promises around here, but they're younger dudes just trying to take everybody's money and invest in something, like 3 or 4 or 5 investors. And then I get asked all the time, "Hey, do you know these guys?" And I'll be like, "What's the name?" I'm like, yeah, they've got 100 grand from this guy and 100 grand from that guy. I would talk to your financial advisor first before you made the investment, instead of these people just promising things and then you're not seeing anything for a couple of years. And then it's going to take 3 or 4 years just to get your money back, and then maybe some, right? I mean, so I don't know, a little sketch.
So those business models kind of remind me around here, at least in South Orange County, California. There's a business called it's the private rehab business. So like, if you're coming off of, drugs or alcohol or whatever, you can go to like a standard clinic or whatever, or you can go to like these resort style homes that are like all over the place, that are in private neighborhoods, that basically, Medicare or whatever pays for, right? So the income source exists. And that's just like printing money for those guys, because you can get a loan for a house, you can make a whole bunch of money off of insurance. And then, if it doesn't work out, fuck it. You can sell it. It's good. Buy. You just made a whole bunch of money, especially around here with the property value going up constantly. Like it never really drops, right? Or, you can print some money for a while too. And, anyway, but that model requires the source, the income source. In order for doing a monetized real estate model, whether it's that or like a stadium, if there's like a baseball team or something, that property by itself doesn't generate the money per se. It has to have a source. There has to be people paying tickets. There has to be people getting insurance to pay for it. There has to be, vendor sales. There has to be something. It's a good model if those things exist. It's a terrible model if you can't. So good luck. I hope those folks sell a bunch of memberships and can figure out how to bring pickleball to the masses, because that's, that's legit right
And
there.
carry our raw pickleball paddles and crown balls.
No doubt. No doubt. All right, man.
You guys are just doing Selkirk and Yola. See ya.
Yeah, bye, Big Pickle.
Bye.
Bye. So let's wrap it up, dude. This has been a great, 40 minutes or so. Any quick shout outs or things that you want to bring up real quick?
Yeah, I mean, everything sounds good. I'm glad ROC City got to come on, and there's more to follow from those guys just on what's going on and what we talked about as small owners, small businesses, which we support big time. As you know, Raw is a small brand that supports bees and pollinators, and we give back. Crown also gives back with their ball sales as well. So I just appreciate all the local support, and then we'd like to give it back and feature some of these folks that are local in different areas, and we're going to continue to do that, right, Kev?
Yeah. Yep. So speaking of, I have a couple of folks here I want to shout real quick. There's been a ton of people, like some juniors and some people saying that they're on the road to pro and they're looking for sponsors and da 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 da. I'll get back to you. I'm still healing here, so I'm kind of like not in a mind of like clarity, but we'll get back to you eventually. There's a bunch of folks on Instagram. Let's see, Pickleball super fans. You guys have been posting a lot of stuff about us and frankly about the little bit of the nuance there about how it's Crown is like Vulcan and vice versa. So thank you for that. Phil, the origami octopus, took one of our balls and threw one of their cool little knit caps that they use for that particular character. That was really cool. Thank you. Want to shout out Mount Aloysius Pickleball Club, whom we're sponsoring with some free pickleballs to get their involvement and all the younger kids going and stuff. They've been tagging us and we appreciate all them. So awesome work. Speaking of young, one of our partners, Connor Pori in the Palmetto Beach area. I believe he's in high school still. I want to say I'm not.
Connor Pardo.
No, Connor Pori. And he, as a youngster, threw, I want to say like a 200-person tournament and used our ball as the ball. So good job, dude. Nice work. Keep that up, man.
Is that Miami?
I think so.
I told him about you. I handed him over to you.
Oh, okay. Candela Pickleball and all those guys. So
cool.
Shout out to you guys, man. Thank you so much for supporting Crown and vice versa. I want to see you guys keep doing that. And then lastly, locally here in, I believe in California is Michelle Adams. She's throwing the United We Stand tournament, and we'll be donating some prizes and balls and stuff for that too. So anyways, Good job, everybody. Keep up the good work. And remember, keep playing pickleball.
Topspin Podcast.